this line of intense rainfall, stronger wind. This is moving across the area quickly, and this is all along a boundary. There are numerous flood warnings issued right now. No severe weather alerts when it comes to a severe thunderstorm warning or even tornado warnings, but the wind within this can do just as much damage right now. So you see this line of red that's pretty much cutting right across parts of 128. This is from Lawrence, Wilmington, Woburn, Belmont, Watertown, West Roxbury, and Canton, and this is where the worst of it is right now. This is blinding rain, not the kind of rain that you want to be driving through. And just putting a tracker on this will be in the Boston area, I'd say within the next several minutes. In Quincy by 12:06, Winthrop 12:10, Lynn 12:12, and in Salem by 12:16. Expect really heavy rainfall as well as some really strong wind gusts. Now I want to show you this tool that I have, and this is our velocity tool, and you can see that line. It divides where we have some improvements on the west side of this to where we have the strongest wind, which is just cutting right across parts of 128 right now, approaching the Boston area. And that's where I'm most concerned with that blinding rain, as well as some of that wind damage along with this. I wouldn't rule out more power outages as this line continues to move from west to east. This is all part of a very large storm system that's moving into the northeast right now. And our biggest concerns all morning long have been rain, flooding, as well as that damaging wind aspect. We also have the threat for some coastal flooding. Taking you through the current wind gusts, and we have seen a wind gust up to 68 miles per hour earlier in Boston. Where they had to halt some of the planes from taking off just because we are dealing with really strong wind gusts within this. 61 right now in Boston, 60 in New Bedford, 54 for Martha's Vineyard, 51 in Nantucket, 48 in Bedford, and 49 in Norwood. So really strong wind gusts ahead of this. And you'll notice the strongest wind gusts right ahead of that boundary. And as that boundary is moving through, we're going to be seeing the worst of this. Still a high wind warning to account for gusts up to 70 miles per hour. That's for eastern Massachusetts, and then a wind advisory inland areas. We will see that rain winding down pretty quickly. So along with this line, as it's bringing some of that damaging wind, it's because those winds are so strong that we're seeing some of that damage, but also it is just allowing this storm system to move out very quickly. Some of our higher rainfall reports so far, and as I get more rainfall reports coming through, I'll update this list. But West Hampton, Western Massachusetts, 3.39, Middleborough, 2.05, Sherborne, 2 inches of rain, Northbridge 1.92, JP 1.48, and Newburyport 1.45. A widespread at least 1 to 2 inches of rainfall, but we're adding to that, especially as this line is moving through. I wouldn't rule out some spots across Massachusetts where we see 4 to 5 inches of rainfall. With that heavy rain, we've had a lot of water on roads, on sidewalks, some cars that have been stuck in that water across parts of Connecticut. And this flood watch lasts through this evening to account for that rain. We have a lot of flood warnings in effect right now, and that's to account for the river levels. Those continue to rise, and even after the rain clears, those river levels and creek levels will continue to rise. Taking you through our future cast, the worst of the rain is pretty much moving through right now, where you get that blinding rain along this boundary. But by 3 o'clock, as kids are heading home from school, I do expect we'll see some improvements, still some showers, still some downpours out there. And heading towards the commute by 5, 6 o'clock, I do expect a lot of this to be winding down. So we will see improvements. That wind, even though the worst of it we're dealing with for some right now, we'll still see some active wind gusts around 5, 6 o'clock, but then overnight that wind will really ease up. The rain is going to be out of here, and we'll see some improvements in the overnight hours. Just talking about hitting the roads, if you are within that path of that line as it is moving into the Boston area, I would avoid driving if you can. It's just you can't see cars in front of you with that blinding rain. Up until 1 o'clock, we're still going to be dealing with some issues. After that, we'll get some improvements. There will still be some showers out there by 3 o'clock, still possibly some downpours, but not as bad as what we are seeing now. And by 6 o'clock, that's when I also expect more improvements. Once we get through today, we're going to see some big time improvements by Tuesday and Wednesday. Back to more sunshine, and also it will be turning cooler, still a little bit breezy at times. So stay with Boston 25 News throughout the day today. I'm going to continue to monitor this line as it moves through. I'll be keeping you updated. You can always follow us on social media. We'll be posting updates there as we get more information in, and you can always get the latest with our Boston 25 weather app.
We now join our regularly scheduled program already in progress.